Hey everyone, this is June from Turning Point Life Investment, and this is your market analysis for April 17th, 2010. Okay, let's start with the SPY 5-year weekly view. Now, looking at the candlestick, this is potentially a bearish reversal candlestick. The reason why I say it's potential is because we still need some kind of confirmation. Now, confirmation means that if next week we close underneath this candlestick, then that tells us there's more selling to come. The obvious support level is right here at 115. This was the previous resistance. Once prices break through, it usually comes back and tested as support. Not to mention that most likely the 20-week moving average will probably come up and retest this area or meet with the prices around this area if we do get that pullback. Now, you look at the other indicators, the MACD is showing divergence. Well, it's been showing divergence for several months already. And not to mention that stochastic is approaching, or it's already in overbought conditions again. Okay, let's go into a daily view. Now, we all knew what happened on Friday. Friday had some pretty decent, some major sell-off. And, you kind of knew that this day was going to come. The market pretty much went straight up without really taking a breather. And sooner or later, you know that one day this market will have to pull back. It has to take some profit. And that day was pretty much on Friday, right on options expiration day. Now the market did pull back to some kind of previous support level, right around the 119 area. Even looking at this candlestick pattern, this is you can call this an evening star, right? You have a white candle, a small body candlestick, and a huge, large, dark candlestick, and that qualifies to be a bearish reversal, also known as an evening star. Again, just like with many other reversal candlesticks, you still want to see some kind of follow through. So if we can get a close underneath Friday's low, then that tells me that this is actually a reversal and that there's more selling to be done. And just like what we saw in the weekly view, yes, there is still MACD divergence, and the daily is showing some pretty extreme overbought. So all in all, this makes for a pretty decent top. Now, whether this is the top to this entire rally, no one really knows. Okay, so all we can do is see how price behaves from here. If, for example, we do get some kind of pullback and prices do bounce higher, if we create a lower high, then that tells us that that we might have a potential new downtrend. Now we see a series of lower lows and lower highs. But of course, if we plow through this previous high, then this was just a minor pullback, kind of like what we saw here. But, all in all, if this isn't the top, I have a feeling that we're pretty darn close to the top. Okay, so in terms of trading, you still want to be cautious going long. I think right now on Friday, there's a lot of uncertainty. We really don't know what's going to happen when the market opens up on Monday, because a lot of retail traders who, let's just say, work a 9 to 5, when they come home over the weekend, they see this, they might panic. Okay, so they might get scared out of some of their positions. So whether we see some follow through on Monday, that's a very good likelihood it can. But for now, in terms of the trend is still up, right? There's nothing really broken about this trend because we still are seeing higher highs and higher lows. When I start to see lower lows and lower highs, then maybe I'll switch my tune and say, now we have potentially a downtrend, just like what I mentioned before. Okay, next we go into the VIX. Now, I didn't mention last time the VIX was getting some pretty extreme levels, extreme bullish levels. And on Friday, no surprise there, we had a huge jump in the VIX. So this tells us that volatility is definitely coming back into the market. If we can break through and close above this 50-day moving average, then that tells us there's more selling to be done in the market because there's more volatility coming in. But if we just kind of meander sideways and drift back down, then that means the market is still rather bullish. But again, I want to let Friday, whatever happened on Friday, kind of let the dust settle a bit. I think whatever happened on Friday was very emotional. So I want to see exactly what's going to happen next week. Let things kind of mellow out. Let the market kind of decide where it wants to go before I want to jump back in again.